Okay, I think it's time we finish this thing. So there's the bike. There's the rider without his head. His head is right over there. So, yeah, so the next step here is, it's the last step on the instructions, and that is to build the little, the boxes that go on the back of the bike, like right here. So here's a completed one, and as you can see, it opens up like that. And I really like these. This is beige green or sand green, tan green, green tan. I forget, something like that. It's PLA, and just the way these, I don't know. I think these are kind of my favorite part of the whole build. I just really like the way those came out. But there's two of these, and you know what? Before I go any further, let me go grab the instructions. Normally I have the instructions right here. Let me go grab those. I'll be right back. All right, so this is step 23 of the instructions. This is it. This is the last part. We're almost done. So again, two like this. That's what I have here. The little slot right here slides over the post on that side fairing on the back of the bike here. So for these, you need to print one of those, and you need to print this and two of those. Now this right here, from the kit, if you're building this from the kit, this is comprised of three pieces. You've got that, I know that's kind of, let me zoom into that a little bit better. You've got part of the hinge, this piece, that piece. That is, let me zoom back out a bit here. I just made it all one piece. That prints just like that as one piece. Now I print it this way on the build plate, standing up this way. When you take it off, you'll need a little bit of sanding, not much. I just had to sand that. Now I printed it curved, so you don't have to sand all that off, but you do need to sand just a little bit so that it clears. And that's just a little bit rubbing right in here, but that's good. So just a little bit of sanding until it moves. Now, the support that I used, again, I use Cura, and I use what's called the tree support. This was the support, and this printed, make sure I get this right, this printed on here like this. So again, it printed vertically this way. So that tree support supported this piece up here, supported that and that, another little piece in here, and it did another piece of tree support on this side to kind of, how'd it go? It kind of was in here kind of like that. I'm missing something. But you get the idea. It supported that top edge here and here. And these tree supports, man, they just snap right off with very, very little cleanup. I really like using those tree supports on Cura. And right off the printer, good to go. So what we need to do to assemble all of this, you can probably figure it out. But those will get bonded on. Again, I use solvent. They just get all bonded on, you know, all bonded on like that. Then that one goes on top. Obviously, you don't want to put any solvent on the part that needs to open. And once those are all bonded together, you've got this. Snaps shut quite nicely. And I'll get this one put together off camera. So again, two of those and one box right up here. For that box looks like this. Now I partially assembled it a little bit. You'll print two of these. Actually, these are two different numbers. They're not just mirror image, because the other one has a little post here, and that plugs into the top of the back of the seat. I'll show you that here in a second. And this piece printed vertically upright this way, again with support material. And then that piece, the bottom part. That piece I already bonded on because I wanted to check the fit. So that piece bonds on. That piece right in here, didn't have to sand anything. It's actually a little bit too loose, but it works. Down like that. And then this one, as you can figure out, would go just like that. So with those bonded together, we'll have a box just like that. And again, that goes on the back of the seat. So that's on the back of the seat like that. All right, so let me finish bonding all this together, and then I'll get you a view of what it looks like on the bike. All right, before I get to the view of them on the bike, here they are done. And again, that's the one that goes on top of the seat that just opens up this way. It doesn't like click in, but you know, gravity holds that down. Now, one thing though, this post here, that goes in the hole in the back of the seat. You will have to just sand that down a little bit, just this way. Just sand the edges down a little bit until it fits into that, into that hole nicely. One other thing I forgot to mention here. Let me pop this piece off. These pieces right here, I went ahead and printed those. Now those were in the STL file for step 21. Let me see if I can pull this over a little bit. Those are this piece right here. I just printed those and put those on yesterday. Those are only used when you fold it up to the like the jetpack backpack and you put it around him. And so those are used, these pieces actually go alongside of the leg. And then that goes onto the piece that clips onto the front of his body, and that just kind of holds it on. I still have not tried to configure this as the backpack yet to see if it fits. Well, I know it fits, but I don't know if he'll actually be able to stand up with it on him. That's what I'm a little bit concerned about. So that we still have to figure that out. But here we can see better how those go on. So that just goes over here and slides in. And so those, you know, that holds that onto the side of the bike like that. So let me put this on, I'll put the others on, and I'll back up and get you some pictures of what that looks like. And there it is. There's the dude right there. His head is still not secured properly, it's just setting up there. But there you can see the little storage cargo things, one on each side. Now, I'm having a hard time on mine with those side pieces staying on. They just want to come loose there, and they want to come loose there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fold that thing up and see if I can make it work as his jetpack backpack thing. I'm not expecting good things. If it doesn't work, I may just glue the bike solid so it can't fold. I hate the thought of that, but if it won't work as a backpack anyways, then what's the point in having it foldable or transformable? So if it doesn't work, I'm considering just gluing the bike solid. I don't know, we'll see. So let me see if it'll fit as a backpack, and I'll let you know how that works out. This is what failure looks like. He's leaning forward quite a bit just to hold the weight. His head is barely hanging on. If I lean it back anymore to stand him up straighter, it'll just fall over backwards. And I'm kind of surprised it's standing. But yeah, this is just... I didn't even put these on. Those are supposed to go on the sides here, but they don't fit. And I didn't put... Here, hold on. These are supposed to go back on there. I didn't even bother with it. I didn't even mess with it. Sorry. It's just not looking good. And the wheels, I had to hold those up with a rubber band. Looped a rubber band around there and to the other side. And they're not even, they're not straight. They want to twist and flop over. Without that rubber band, they would just fall down. So, it looks pretty stupid. Now the bike, as a bike, I think looks pretty good. But just trying to fold it up and put it on him was just a pain in the rear. It just kept wanting to fall apart and fall over. I had to use like two hands and, well, yeah, obviously. But a third hand would have really been helpful. But it just, yeah, it looks like his back is breaking under the weight. So I think this is going to answer my question as far as where I want to go with this. I think I'm going to glue the bike together solid and have the bike and a rider and not have it transformable or foldable or whatever. It'll just be what it is. That'll make the head easier. I'll just glue the head on instead of trying to figure out how to make it snap in place and make it removable. So I'll just glue the head on solid. So let me put that back the way it's supposed to be, and get back with you here in just a minute. Okay, so it's obviously still kind of apart. And I put the rubber band on front just to kind of help hold that together a little bit. And plus gluing it will get rid of that gap I had in front. It'll just make the whole thing more stable, more rigid. Because the way it is now, you can't even pick it up without it just flopping apart. And it just feels like things are going to break. I am a little disappointed it didn't work out. I did have an idea of making another bike just for the purpose of being the backpack and just make it lighter. But still, I don't know. It's just, I think I've had enough of it. You know, all the files will be on Thingiverse. If any of you want to try it yourself, just be forewarned though that it might not work. Try to make the tires as light as you can. If you can, I think I did like 4 walls and 10% infill, and that made them, they're pretty heavy. And that really wasn't a lot of material. It's just that what's it called? That Ninja Flex is just pretty heavy. But there's a rider there. He's looking much better, much more relieved to get all that weight off of his back. And again, the parts that support the wheels, they're just all flexible and floppy. It's just, at this size, it just doesn't want to work very well. So, oh, in case you're wondering, that's where I put scrap parts that I might recycle later. Kind of my recycle bin. But, sorry, I got distracted there. Help, you know, try it yourself. See if you can make it work better than me. I mean, it looks like it's a good looking bike. It just looks dumb as the backpack, and it didn't work as the backpack, which is just kind of disappointing. So I'll glue everything together. I'll glue his head on so it won't fall off. I won't glue the little storage containers on. I want to keep those removable. But everything else I'll just kind of glue on solid, so it's nice and solid and rigid, and you can actually pick it up without it falling apart. So what I'll do is I'll make another video after I do this. I'll make another real short video, just like 2 or 3 minutes, just kind of like a montage of the build and different poses. You know, I'll try to see if I can, I haven't even tried to have him sit on the bike yet. So I'll see if I can get some different poses with him sitting on the bike, standing by the bike or whatever. And that'll be more of just a showcase video and not a build video. That'll be only 3 or 4 minutes long. So that'll come out right after this one. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this little build project. I'm happy to be done with it because I've got to get back on my other projects. I've got the poacher car that I've been working on for my friend, and I really want to get that done because I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm really wanting to start, and I don't want to do that till my friend's car is done and some other projects are done. So got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, a lot of project ideas coming up, but I just got to get rid of this guy, get him off the workbench, get him done. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking because I tend to do that way too much. So look out for the next video coming out. That'll just kind of show the showcase different poses and stuff. And as always, thanks for watching, and good luck if you decide to tackle this one yourself. See you next time.